Introducing first, to the corner of my left, Vern, Henderson, and Denny Strong. Their opponents, to the corner of my right, they are the undisputed World Tag Team Champions, Dr. Death, Steve Williams, and Mike Rotunda.
Well, you heard ring announcer Dana Taylor make the introduction of the NWA World Tag Team Champion. I wouldn't exactly go along with his description of undisputed, because I can tell you about 3 guys in particular who would dispute it, and I'm talking about the Road Warriors, who are really talking about dispute. They said that they had never had anything done to them like the situation that was done to them right there in New Orleans. Coming over with us, the coach of the varsity club and the coach of the World Tag Champion, Coach Kevin Sullivan. And I just made the statement. He said undisputed World Tag Champion. It's being disputed by the Road Warriors.
It may be
Kevin.
disputed by the Road Warriors. It may be disputed by you. But next week, the whole shooting match is there. Next week, it's big-time shootout at the OK Corral. It's the 4 members of the Varsity Club against the Road Warriors in the First Family of Wrestling. They will settle it right there where it should be, in the ring.
I cannot believe it. He called it exactly right. We have next week an 8-man tag match that is a wrestling fan's dream. It's going to have the Road Warriors, accompanied by Gilbert and Steiner, going against the entire varsity club, talking about Dangerous Danny and Mike and Doc and the coach himself. 8 men battling in there. That one is to come up next week.
You know, I just want to say one thing, Lance Russell. I hear Thursday we're going to be in Memphis, and it's Lance Russell night. I wonder if they're going to bring up that little incident with the co-ed for Lance Russell and you.
Oh, fine. Well, I know if anybody would bring it up, it would have to be you, Kevin Sullivan. Okay. Let's get back to the action in the ring. This is our first look at the team that holds the World Tag Championship. Mike Rotunda and Steve Williams, Dr. Death, and these guys, how many times has the word awesome been used? Well, can I ask you to use it one more time in the description? Look at the Doc. He drilled him with a left hand. It looked like a fist to me as he pounded down, but Byron Scott is the one that's doing the refereeing up there as the Doc paces around in the ring, and Rotunda with a big smile on his face up there. Dangerous Danny Spivey laughing at ringside at the punishment that they're dishing out. And, of course, Coach Calvin Sutton, you can see him in the background. Look at the Doc go behind him. Oh, he belly to back him and slammed him over and down. You know, it doesn't really surprise you from a great amateur champion. I think the thing that amazes you is the speed at the size of this Dr. Death Steve Williams. Coming in the ring right now, taking over with one big slam and then tagging back out is the Syracuse All-American Mike Rotunda, doubling it up. Whoa, from the 3-point stand, they turned him all the way over. Oh, they're going to do it again. This time it used a double clothesline. That's going to be all she wrote, sports fans. I mean, nailed them 1, 2, 3.
Your winner of the ball match, Dr. Death, Steve Williams, and Mike Rotunda.
Okay, they did it. Time for us right now to go to the guru of wrestling knowledge. Joe Pedicino knows, but we're going to take time and look at how they did it in slow motion. They double-teamed it from that 3-point stand. First they used the shoulder, then they came back with that double arm and slam. Look at this. Watch him. Bam! You see that head snap back? Then it was a question of covering him up, catching a 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's the way the World Tag Champions did it. Let's go to Joe Pedicino knows. Joe?
Wrestling fans, we told you earlier in the show that we would be talking about the explosive aftermath to the Ragin' Cajun. It's coming up May 7th, Nashville, Tennessee. It's called the Music City Showdown. It's our next big pay-per-view event from the NWA. 2 matches already signed for that card are sure to make history. In the first, of course, we now know that Ric Flair will get his rematch against Ricky the Dragon Steamboat in Nashville. But right now I want to focus on the World Tag Team title event. what a controversy there was in New Orleans when the Road Warriors lost those World Tag Team titles to the team of Mike Rotunda and Dr. Death Steve Williams. It was controversial. It was what I consider to be one of the fastest counts I've ever seen. I believe the wrong man was in the ring. I believe that the referee, Teddy Long, made a gravest mistake, and so do the Road Warriors. What we want to do right now is go back to New Orleans. We want you to see the end of that match. See if you agree that it was a fast count. Then we'll hear some reaction from the Road Warriors, and then I'll have some special words just for you. I would say that Hawk and Animal, along with Paul, were very upset. That was obvious. I have learned that in the rematch coming to Nashville on May 7th, a special referee will be named. The NWA is looking for that man. Let's face it, it's going to take a special man to referee that match. By the way, if you have any suggestions, drop me a line here at the NWA and let's hear who you think the special referee should be. I have some suggestions of my own, and I'll be making them to Jim Hurd and the board of the NWA. I feel like it will take a very special person to be the referee in that match. You've got 4 big men, and I'll tell you one thing, I don't know who it will be, but I do know who it won't be. It won't be Teddy Long. Now, right now, let's talk to you about something new coming to the NWA. It's the NWA newsletter. It's called the NWA Wrestling Wrap-Up, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about it and tease it, because next week I'm going to show it to you right here on Joe Pedicino Knows, and I'll tell you how you can get the NWA newsletter and get all of the news from the NWA. Right here next week on Joe Pedicino Knows. You have a pencil and paper ready, and you'll find out